Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers, and we are now ready to go ahead and put it all together, back together again, duplicate. So I'll get you started on that. It's fairly simple. If you kept what you had before, you can use that as a template, a reference to placing and duplicating and placing your objects where they need to be. Since you already have the castle laid out from your modeling, then it's pretty easy to go ahead and duplicate these modular pieces, which makes it really nice when you're building a castle, because you don't have to build every single one or texture every single piece. We have assets that we can duplicate, kind of like when you're creating stuff with Legos. Okay, so it's really nice, and that's why we do modular pieces. It saves resources too on the game engine. So let's go ahead and get started. So how do I do this? Well, before we started UV mapping, I kind of had you set it up to where you had all the assets and then you just picked out the ones that you needed to UV. Okay, so basically duplicating these pieces around and rotating them. So it's fairly easy now. All you have to do is turn on the rest of the pieces that you would have used, and then click on the template. That way and everything should be laid on ground level. Should be. You might want to check that in your side view. Okay. You may want to put the ground plane in its own layer. I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, just ground. Right, and I'm going to turn that off just so I can make sure I'm on the level here. And I might see some things here and there, but most of it is on level with the ground plane, so that's what we want. And I'm going to go to the top view, and you can see that I've got all my pieces here. I might want to make my background a little darker, so I could go into Windows, Settings, Preferences, not that one, Windows, Settings, Preferences, Color Settings, there we go, and change this to a darker color. So we can see our outlines a little bit better. Click Save, and you can see that I've got that a little darker, so it's a little nicer. So now I can just go in here and duplicate these around so they fit. So I'm just going to start over here. So I'm going to do Control D and then hit the W key and just move it. Okay, and then of course rotate it. The E key, rotate that. I'm going to type in 90 degrees in my channel editor, 90, and hit enter. There we go. You can also turn on the 45 degree or just snapping tool for rotation. So under tools, your rotating tool, you can go to step snap to relative, and you can type in something like 45 degrees like that to make it a little simpler and easier to rotate the object around. Okay, so it faces the right way. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Of course, you can change this to a smaller degree, like 15 degrees, 30 degrees, whatever you want, but I'm just going to keep it at 45. Okay. So I'm going to go in here, and it looks like I've got to take this and duplicate it to that side over here. Control D. So I'm going to move. There we go. Move that over here. Okay, and I might want to rotate it, so I'm going to go into the perspective view here and see if I need to rotate it. And I don't think so. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, again, we just continue on. Selecting your object, Control D, and then move it. Okay, and get it into place. And so just continue doing this until you get them all in the right place, duplicating, moving, rotating, whatever you need to do to get all the texture or all the pieces built again and looking good. So I'm going to pause here and we'll come back when I'm all finished, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, we're back, and now I got to do the flag. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the flag pole, and I'm going to duplicate it over. Okay, so I'm going to go Control D, go to the top view, and I need to pull it over to this flag over here, since this is textured. And place it where I need to place it. And I think I even scaled it down. Go to the top view here. Get it pretty close to what I had before. Scale it down to about the size that I had before, because I like that. Also kind of hit the F key to focus on it and get it into the right height. There we go. That looks good. All right. So I guess I'm gonna have to go to this one here. So that's okay. I can go to move that over to this other one. There we go. So it matches that flag. A little harder to see because it's blue, but I think I got it. There we go. All right, so once we get that done, it's just a matter of duplicating things over. So I'm going to select the pole, hit the Q key, and shift select the flag and combine it. So hold down the spacebar, go to Mesh, Combine. And I'm going to do the same thing with this pole and flag. Select the pole and then the flag, and then hit the G key because that reinvokes your last tool that you just used. Hit the G key and that combined it for me. And if it doesn't, just hold down the space bar and go to Mesh, Combine. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate all the flags over. We have the chain that needs to be duplicated over. So that's it. So I'm going to pause the video and get all that done, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. Okay, that looks like we've got all the flags up. And I still might want to put one on there, on these two sides. So when you get it all set up and you're happy with the texturing, you're happy with all the flags and everything looks good, the ground texture looks good, then we're going to go ahead and start lighting and then rendering. All right, I'll see you in the next video.